We're live now. Hello everyone, welcome to my 20th class. 20 weeks of doing these, and there's also a pandemic 10, so this is the 10th week of pandemonium. So I've commemorated this 20th class with a two-part class. So this is quite complex and it's pretty big work. So we're going to be working on the quantum bodies, the quantum layers, the astral layers, auric layers, the ethereal layers. So there's 12 layers altogether. So I've split these into 6 and 6. So we'll be covering 6 today and 6 next week in part 2. Okay, so these layers act as our biofield, our human biofield, which we are enveloped and protected and are sat within. And these 12 auric layers, which move out from the body to the full length of our span of our outer limbs, so like 5 to 6 foot. And it's said that they actually go on for much further than that. It's just never been measured. Greg Braden measures that. Well, he says it could be for miles, depending on the person's system. So these 12 auric layers are broken into 3 larger categories. And these are, the first one being the physical plane. And so this is closer to the body's close to the physical body, and that encompasses the mental body, emotional body, and etheric body. And then the second set is all held within the astral body, and that's called the astral plane. And then the third category is called the spiritual plane. So this has within it layers associated to the etheric body, the celestial body, and the etheric template. So the etheric body is layers which are our link and a connection to source, to creator, to God. Celestial body is kind of linked to the celestial bodies in the heavens, so the solar system and planetary systems. And the etheric body is our life energy, our prana, and our connection and distribution of it. So within these 3 categories, physical plane, astral plane, spiritual plane, you have 12 layers, okay? And those 12 layers are linked to those other parts which I mentioned, like the mental body, emotional, astral, etheric body, okay? So it sounds complex, so don't worry about that. You can always watch this back and listen to my breakdown. But if you just focus on that, there are 12 auric layers, okay? And we're going to be working on 6 today, and they start from close to the body, moving out as far as our arms go. And so each of these layers has its own characteristics, its own purpose, its own governance of what it's doing to our body and relationship to the energy that's around us and our own energy system, and also our impact and connection to the world around us. So for example, I can just mention the first layer is the layer which protects our physical energies. So the life energies, so it's everything to do with the energy that's within our cells. The second layer is a screening layer which screens feelings and emotions. The third layer, it filters ideas and beliefs. The fourth layer attracts and repels relationships, and the fifth is attracts and repels and sends guidance. Okay, so they all have their own job title and job role. So today, how we're going to be focusing on those is that we're going to bring the Reiki in, the energy in, and we're going to specify self-healing of each layer. And we're going to do the healing with moving our hands through this kind of area where the layer sits, which I'll guide you through. And we're going to be focusing on the third eye, throat, heart chakras. Actually, we're going to be going for the middle section. We're going to be working through the throat, the heart, and the solar plexus to do this work, okay? Because they're the central the central chakras, and what we'll do there will have effect up and down. Because we don't have time to do each chakra, I've just kind of honed in on the central three. And then we'll finish with some sacral and root healing and a grounding. And then next week we'll do the outer 6 layers to complete this series. Okay, so I hope that sounds good and kind of simplified enough for people to understand it. See, I'm open to questions, and if anybody wants to write in the comments any extra questions, or they want anything explaining, you can WhatsApp or actually directly comment in the link in Facebook or YouTube. So let's start to tune in. Okay, I can show you this actually, which is a guide which I use for a breakdown of the etheric layers. So this is fairly advanced work for when it comes to using your Reiki and your self-healing practices. But I just thought time is now, and everybody should start learning and understand the principles of this energy field. Okay, so let's tune in, take your gaze inwards. Let's begin to take a few deep breaths in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Start to relax the system. Releasing any heaviness, any tension, any anxiety. So we're in a nice, easy state for the work today. Really elongating that breath out to allow the rhythm of the heart to come to a nice, steady, slow, comfortable pace. Okay, so we can start by bringing the energy in. So Reiki initiates, you can start with initiating the Reiki, calling in your guides and helpers, and putting on your protection. And to specify, the affirmation is we're going to be self-healing our biofield, our auric field. Okay, for the rest of us, I will guide us into how to bring the energy in, the universal life force energy which is around us in the atmosphere, ready and free and available for us to access and harness. So keep the breath going nice and easy, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just start to imagine the universal life force that's around us just coming into our crown chakra. See the crown chakra as a 1,000-petaled lotus, our receiver. As this energy comes in, it activates all those individual petals as they receive the universal life force energy. As they come through the crown chakra, the 1,000-petaled lotus, they come to our third eye, which is indigo coloured. The crown chakra is ultraviolet, so the light will be ultraviolet, taking on the third eye characteristics of indigo, coming to the throat, which is blue, coming to the heart, which is green, splits out the shoulders, comes down both the arms, forearms, and comes out of the palms. So if we bring our palms together at the heart chakra, we can just rub them together just to activate our awareness and take our awareness here. Activate the energy. So as we've tapped into this circuit that we created, the energy coming in from the crown, moving through the system to the heart, out the arms, out the palms. Keep the breathing going nice and steady, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we're going to do Gassho meditation, which is a Reiki meditation to activate the hands. Gassho means the meeting of two hands. We're going to collect and bring the energy in between our palms to create a ball of healing energy, of activating energy. Just with each breath we take in and out, just imagine energy collecting in between our palms. Nice and steady, easy breathing. Really taking our awareness to the palm sensitivity of the skin. Really tuning in, taking our heart and our mind into our hands, connecting up as healing tools. And start to bring in a little 1-inch gap between the palms. Just imagine, know, and have the intention and trust that this energy is building up in between our palms. And with each breath, adding another inch and another inch, just widening the gap between our palms, increasing the mass of this energy ball. Seeing this energy ball as swirling white light or rainbow or green light. Get to a nice basketball, football sized diameter. Okay, we're going to take it to our third eye to activate our third eye and shoot down through the system and help us with our inner vision so we can do this kind of quantum work. Keep the breath nice and steady in through the nose, out through the mouth. The energy drives this movement of flow of prana, helps us guide it to places. Start to take your hands towards the third eye. And when you feel ready, absorbing it and pushing your hands in towards the third eye, taking that energy in. Just a few extra collecting wafts of energy that's lingering in the atmosphere around us where we've created it. Just wafting it towards the third eye. Activate the third eye with this energy ball. You can see the third eye as an indigo chakra, indigo wheel of energy, vortex of energy. Okay, and then bringing your hands down to the throat chakra, which is blue, connecting that into the energy of the third eye, and help send and spread that energy ball down to the blue center of the throat. And then sliding your hands down into the heart, the green chakra, connecting this in to the third eye, the throat, and the heart. Nice, even breathing into the nose, out to the mouth. And then moving down to the solar plexus, which is yellow coloured. It's just located where the ribcage finishes. As we connect up the third eye, the throat, the heart, and the solar plexus. Okay, when we move to the first part of our healing on our layers. Okay, so the first auric layers are categorized within the physical plane. Okay, so you have the mental, emotional, etheric body. Okay, so this first auric layer that's in the physical plane is associated to protection of life energies. Okay, so we're going to be working just 1 inch away from the body layer. Okay, so as close as we can, just hovering above the body layer. Okay, and as we're going to be doing this, we're going to be moving our hands up and down nice and slowly from the throat to the solar plexus. Okay, so we're doing throat, heart, solar plexus, and then coming back up and down. Okay, then just use your own intuition and your own feeling about that movement. That's just a broad guide for us to work within. Okay, so the first layer is protection of life energies. Okay, so if we hold that in our mind or intention of what we are healing right now, so we can set the attention for my highest and greatest good, I will be self-healing my first auric layer, protection of my life energies for my highest and greatest good. For my highest and greatest good, I will be self-healing the first auric layer, protection of my life energies for the highest and greatest good. For the highest and greatest good, I will be self-healing my first auric layer, protection of my life energies for the highest and greatest good. Okay. So the same way we create the energy ball at the beginning, you just trusting and knowing and have that intention that energy is leaving our hands and working in this first layer, and it's enlivening and helping this layer protect our life energies, our life essence, the energy which our body uses. And we just start to scan and move our hands slowly up and down from the throat to the heart, to the solar plexus, and pull back up. Okay? So we can do it in stages. So we can spend some time at the throat and give healing and enlivening this protection layer for our life energies around the throat chakra, and just tune into that. We can just slowly move our hands up and down, just passing over the throat chakra, up and down, going from one side to the other of the throat chakra, as we're working on the layer rather than the chakra itself. Healing, protection of life energies. And move your hands down into hovering up and down over the heart chakra. Just tuning to how this feels, any sensations, any pressure. And then moving to the solar plexus. Hovering 1 inch above the body and just slowly scanning it up and down over the solar plexus chakra. Okay, and then just go to the throat, to the solar plexus, and just move slowly at your own free will with the intention of us healing this first auric layer, protection of life energies. If a certain area calls for your attention, you can always pause your hand there. Okay, another method. Also, if you feel any heaviness or any kind of magnification there, any tension, we can use the plucking technique. So we can just pluck anything that's lingering in there, blocking anything in this life protection layer around the throat, heart, solar plexus. And we can also use rotation, just soothing that layer, which is just 1 inch above, rotating our palms around as we move up and down. And you just tune into which method you feel is needed for that part of clearance or healing. Either just scanning up and down when you hit a heavy point, or some sort of a block, or something which just applies pressure or heat or anything. Maybe do some plucking there. Do some rotation. And then go back to scanning and soothing this all out so it's nice, equal, fully healed, no gaps, no blocks. So our protection of our life energies is at its best. Yeah, so that's basically the technique we're going to use for each layer, okay? Okay, so we'll move to the next layer now. Second auric layer screens feelings and emotions, okay? So this is the layer which is a screening layer, okay? It's a filter. It screens our feelings and emotions. So how our emotions and our feelings can affect our biofield. They can have an impact then on our physical body. So it's kind of like that premise of how emotions and feelings are linked to dis-ease and ill well-being. So it's a very important layer. We want our filter nice and strong to screen our feelings and emotions so that they do not impact us and they do not impact the world around us. Okay. So then just add another inch, okay? So we're going to go out to like the second layer. So just imagine you're 2 inches away now. Okay, and then you just redefine your intention, which is for the highest and greatest good. I heal the second auric layer, which is my filter and screen for feelings and emotions. The highest and greatest good, I'm self-healing my second auric layer, screens, feelings, and emotions. The highest and greatest good. And just repeat that 3 times. And then start as we did before, scanning from the throat to the heart, to the solar plexus, and then scan upwards, plucking where you tune in and feel that it's needed, and rotational healing. Okay. You can do the exact same method we've used, which is spend 20-30 seconds at the throat, 20-30 seconds at the heart, 20 to 30 seconds on the solar plexus. And just nice scan of the whole area, soothing of the whole area. As we clear and heal any blocks or any heavinesses which are which are impacting the second layer, which screens our feelings and emotions. So we want this screen to be clear and fully locked and sealed. We're just working 2 inches out of the body's limits. Okay. 2 inches like that. And you can always recite your intention again as we go through this. My highest and greatest good, I'm self-healing my second auric layer, screens my feelings and emotions, removing all blocks and heaviness from my second auric layer. The second auric layer is strong and solid. My filter and screen are working to full capacity. Scanning up and down, anything comes up, any patch of heaviness or has a different kind of texture or amplitude about it. Do some plucking if there's a block there, maybe. Then some rotational healing. Really tuning in to the hand sensitivity here, trying to feel the biofield and that auric layer. Taking your awareness and your mind's eye to the surface of your palms and connecting your heart into the hands. Okay, we move to the third layer. This layer is another filter. It filters our ideas and beliefs. Okay. Starting at the throat, 20 to 30 seconds at the throat. So the third layer, come to 3 inches out of the body. Just approximate is fine and your intention is strong. It's all good. For my highest and greatest good, I heal my third auric layer, which filters my ideas and beliefs. And move into the heart. Do 20 to 30 seconds here. Moving down to the solar plexus, 20 to 30 seconds there. And slowly scanning up and down, healing and soothing and nurturing this layer, which filters our ideas and beliefs. So we have our optimum ideas and beliefs being expressed through us. Heavy spot arises, any bit of blockage, anything that needs clearing, plucking, or rotation. You can also fit in the sacral and root as well in your scan. If you feel inclined to just go to throat to root, that's also fine. Just in the time we have today, I've focused it on the three in the middle, but it's totally up to you. Bring it all together. Throat to root is also nice. Doing rotation in both ways, anti-clockwise and clockwise. Also within our field, there's a timeline of childhood to adulthood. So anti-clockwise and clockwise caters for both of these directions of time. Left side of our body is feminine, right side is masculine. So our relationship with time and nature is also held in these layers. If we're worrying about the future, we can do some work here. That's the left side. So if there's anything about worries for the future, concentrate on the left side with the scanning and healing. What we do not say or do not express around the throat chakra in the field on the left side. We have sadness, grief, loss, and depression. We can also work on the left side, just where the shoulder and throat chakra is, just the field around there. Our relationship with others, that's coming up. Okay. If we have frustration, disappointment, things we want to be doing, beings, or having unmet needs, this is around the root of the left side. Solar plexus, sacral root. I think it's more sacral root. Frustration, disappointment is sacral. Things we want to be doing or being or having, and we have unmet needs, that's the root. So we can actually work on the left and the right side of our channel as well. It has more specificity. Okay. And then the fourth auric layer attracts and repels relationships. Okay, so if you go to 4 inches away from the body, and you can always just go back and go 1, 2, 3, 4, right, and then 4th layer. Okay. Set the intention. For the highest and greatest good, I heal my 4th auric layer, which attracts and repels relationships for the highest and greatest good. I self-heal. The fourth auric layer, which attracts and repels relationships for the highest and greatest good. I self-heal. My fourth auric layer, which attracts and repels relationships. Okay, start at the throat. So instantly I could feel a sharp pain in my throat box. So there's something there. Attracts and repels relationships. Do some plucking. Do some rotational soothing. So relationships with others, attracts and repels relationship with others. If we're experiencing something around relationship with one's mother, or a sense of powerlessness, this is around the heart chakra. So when we're working in the fourth auric layer, and we're doing work in relationship to our mother, a sense of powerlessness, we can work in this left side, the fourth layer of the heart chakra area. Along the opposite side to that is we have relationships with one's father, we have anger. We can work on the right side of the body, which is masculine. And so around the heart chakra on the right side, this is to do with the relationship with the father. Okay, and so that is the father on the right hand side. Also, just under that, in this layer here, we have guilt and shame. So if we're on the right hand side, in level with the sacral, we can just soothe and heal anything to do with guilt and shame. This is all to do with relationships, attracts and repels relationships. So, parallel to the right hand side from the sacral, you can work on your guilt and shame. If you lose the distance, just count again 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 inches. Right side the father, left side the mother. So it's masculine and feminine. A very powerful layer that attracts and repels relationships, very important part of being a human. So there's a lot of attributes there linked in: mother and father, guilt, shame, frustration, disappointment, busyness, overdoing and overthinking. And that's associated with masculine energy, busyness, overdoing and overthinking. So you work on the right side. That's around the root. Busyness, overdoing, overthinking. So right side parallel to the root. Just do some plucking there. Clearing anything, the fourth layer there. Rotational soothing. If any burps or any coughs or anything come up, clear it. So that's energy exchanging, moving. Coming back to just slow scan. Up. As we move to the fifth layer now, so we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches away from the body. This layer, or fifth auric layer, attracts, repels, and sends guidance. Okay? Attracts, repels, and sends guidance. Okay, so it's got a communication facet, as well as a protection facet, and also as a magnet, an attraction facet. So it's triple layered, triple faceted layer. Start with the throat, just as we've done before, move from the throat, a bit of time there, and do the heart, and do the solar plexus, and you can do the sacral and root at the same time. Any heaviness and blockages, do some plucking, and then rotational soothing. So if we have any challenges, we can work in this layer. So on the left side, challenges with attachment and letting go. That'll be the root and below. So you can work in the root chakra area on the left side of the field, 5 inches out. Challenges with attachment and letting go. You can just say that to yourself and just say clear anything here. Plucking, rotational healing. And then on the right side we have challenges moving forward, confusion, obstacles. So we can do some healing here. The right side of the root in this fifth layer. Challenges moving forward, any confusion or any obstacles. This is the layer that attracts, repels, and sends guidance, 3 facets. You can also spread your hands out, so you got one on the left, one on the right, and you can do both left and right side at once. This will help balance feminine, masculine energy into unity, kind of bring the polarity in the one into oneness. attracts, repels, and sends guidance. As we're working in the field as well, one way to pick up on these areas, these pockets of maybe a block or heaviness or some sort of misalignment in frequency, is really tuning in to your palms, like I said earlier, taking your awareness to the sensitivity of the skin of your palms, and feeling any feedback or any pressure, any push and pull, any changes in heat, any tingling or pain sensation, are all little telltale signs that you can pick up on to guide yourself to work. Within these first physical planes, we're more like around this second to the fifth, we're moving into the astral planes. We've done the physical planes. But it's kind of said that there's also a timeline, like I mentioned earlier. So closer to the body is our adult life, so the age we're at now. And things which have affected us as life goes back to our youth, and our birth is on the outer rims. So as we're working in this area and you tune into something, a certain event that happened in any moments of your lifetime, we can actually choose the distance closest to our body to work within that timeline. So if there's something happened to us when we were, say, 10, just spread it out, go further out and just kind of approximate. If full hand width is birth at the edge, when you're 10, it's only going to be a little bit, and you can actually work within that layer. Okay, it's just another method of working in the past, in timeline work. Okay. So keep going on that fifth layer, attraction, repulsion, and sending of guidance. This could be higher guidance, lower guidance, guidance from different realms, different angels, your ancestors, all sorts of multidimensional entities. So this layer is a filter protection, an actual layer which helps this information come through. So it's very much a communication layer, a buffer, a relay for communication. And I want this layer to be nice, clean and solid, so that we can have higher guidance, kind of link with our ideas that come from deep within and deep within different realms. Okay, and our final layer today, the sixth layer. So the sixth auric layer is associated to opens to choices, enacts decisions. Okay. So the fifth layer was attract, repel, sense, guidance. Okay, so that was related to the information coming in. And the sixth layer is how to enact decisions. So say, how do we have this guidance, then how do we play out and enact, actually use that guidance and make a decision. Opens to choices, so it's taking that information in and it's figuring out what to do next. So this is the sixth layer. So count 6 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're working 6 inches out. This is the sixth auric layer. Starting from the throat. Going down to the heart. Going down to the solar plexus. To the root. To the sacral. Slowly coming back up. Spending some time at each one. Just like micro movements in and out. Will help you to test any pressure or change. Some plucking. A particular area, feel anything, maybe you're residing there. Moving it from the sixth layer. After the plucking, do some rotational soothing and healing. Once you've done all of that, just do some nice, slow, steady scans to equalize the spread of energy in this layer. Sixth layer, which is our opens to choices and enacts decisions. So this will help us with our challenges also, for moving forward. What next steps, where we are headed, and how we feel about it. From there, stuck wanting to move away from stressor but can't. So these kind of elements sit on masculine and feminine side. So on the feminine side, which is our left side, the nerd stuck wanting to move away from stress but can't. It's locate towards the root. On the right side, the next steps, where we're headed and how we feel about it. It's the right side, the masculine energy, the root. And remember, your field goes all the way down to the Earth Star Chakra, which is a few inches below your feet. So that is our lowest point, actually. Imagine your field going underneath your feet. I've just changed my position so that I can touch my feet. and work behind underneath it. You can just do that in your mind if it's not easy to adjust. We're finishing up now on the 6th layer, 6th auric field layer, which is opens to choices, enacts decisions. As we're coming into the section of the auric field which is a part of the astral body. We're leaving that and entering the spiritual planes. As the 7th layer, which we'll do next week, connects with spirit, and spirits broadcast spiritual decisions. That's where we're going into the spiritual planes. Okay, so we're just on the edge of astral body. Okay, so as we finish that on the 6th layer there, opens to choices, enacts decisions. We'll just do some equalizing movements, Tai Chi movements, Tai Chi type movements. We're just spreading this work through all of those layers. So with our hands kind of spread out, moving from the third eye down to the throat, moving your hands through all of those 6 layers, combing it, equalizing it, linking them together, just solidifying the healing we've done today. Breathing as well, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose as we come up, out through the mouth as we move our hands down. Okay. If we have our hands on our knees, just start to relax now. Nice steady breathing. Just imagine us sat inside of our field. Just to really link into this energy. Using our visual imagination, see those 6 layers as light barriers, light shields, light fields. Each layer strongly lit, clear, no heaviness, no blocks, no cracks. Reflecting, deflecting, attracting, connecting, full capacity. Okay, as we go to the final part, grounding via the Earth Star Chakra. Earth Star Chakra is dark red, brown coloured. So as it's at the very edge of our field, it was the perfect place for us to do our grounding today. So just imagine Any of these things we plucked out or cleared through our rotation and our healing, any of these blocks and heavinesses, these tensions, these anxieties, all these characteristics of our personality which we want to clear and change, the challenges, frustration, disappointment, the guilt, the shame, relationship with our parents. Just imagine all those things which don't serve us, just dripping down all of those 6 layers, like water and soapy water moving down the window after the window cleaners just wiped it, just draining down, sliding down, coming all the way around, down 2 feet, down those fields, those 6 layers, coming and collecting at the Earth Star Chakra, which is 6 inches or so beneath our feet. And just imagine from this Earth Star Chakra, a golden rod growing out, connecting us to the core of the Earth. Molten magma, lava, rocks, all those layers of the Earth. See that golden rod penetrating all those layers, hitting the Earth's core, connecting with it. So that golden rod is attached to our Earth Star Chakra. And just with your intention and guidance of this energy, just will it. Use your inner gaze and your intention. Move this energy down from the top of the field through all 6 layers, dripping down to the Earth Star Chakra. You can see that as a drain almost in a sink as well. You take the plug out, all of that excess which is not needed goes flying down the golden drain pipe to the Earth's core. So just sit with that vision, that visualization. Just really clear all these excess sods, all this excess dirty soap, all these attributes that we don't need, which do not serve us, which we've cleared and plucked and rotated out of our 6 layers. See them going down into the Earth Star Chakra, which is beneath our feet, down the golden drain pipe. Into the center of the Earth. Drain away all those excess heavy energies that don't serve you. Down to the ground, into the Earth Star Chakra. All of these layers cleaned, activated in their true purpose, true job role. Protection of life energies, screening of feelings and emotions, filters of ideas and beliefs, attracts and repels relationships, attracts and repels and sends guidance, open to choices, enacts decisions. See all of that dirty water dripping down your fields. See those 6 layers gleaming back at you. pure light. Bring the Tai Chi movements back in now, just to really help this flow. As we breathe in, hands come up. As we breathe out, hands go down. Grounding all that excess energy down into the earth star chakra, down the golden drain pipe, straight to the earth's core. Seeing that energy coming from the top of our field, down our heads, crown, third eye, throat, over our shoulders, heart, down our chest, solar plexus, abdomen, sacral, hips, root, coming down the legs, down the calves, down the ankles, out of the feet, out of the soles of the feet, into the earth star chakra, straight into the golden pipeline, to the earth's core. All that excess heaviness which doesn't serve us, we have no need. Send to the earth's core to power up the earth. You have the affirmation of grounding. I ground my astral layers, my highest and greatest good. Ground my astral layers, my highest and greatest good. I ground my astral layers, my highest and greatest good. I ground the excess energy for my highest and greatest good. And something more positive and more completive. My first 6 auric layers are cleansed and healed. My first 6 auric layers are cleansed and healed. My first 6 auric layers are cleansed and healed for my highest and greatest good. some nice deep breaths here. Just to anchor back into the body, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Start to come back to the body, wiggling your toes, moving your fingers, slowly opening your eyes and coming back into the room. Stretch out your legs, moving your toes. Rotating your ankles. Slowly moving down, stretching the back, holding your feet, heart forward, shaking out the arms, wafting through those 6 layers. Stretch your arms above your head. Stretch your arms behind you. Feeling the shoulder blades coming together. Shake it all out, shake it all out. Moving the spine back and forward, spinal flexes. Shake it all out. Last time. Shake your legs out. Okay, so that concludes today's class, part 1, the biofield, the quantum bodies, the quantum layers, the quantum fields of our energy system. We did 1 to 6 today. Next week, join in, we'll do 6 to 12 as we're going into the spiritual planes. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you drink plenty of water as well.